Bruh, so your man LeBron James sent out a tweet that got him in some hot water, man. He sent out a tweet saying, "Welcome home, Big Meech." And a lot of people feel a lot of different ways about this. They like, why are we celebrating a drug kingpin coming home? Why is the black community always celebrating their criminal figures? Why is the black community always celebrating low vibrations? And you gotta ask yourself, why is that? You know what I'm saying? Why? Why does the black community we have love for our criminal class maybe more than other communities? And it's a little bit deeper than what you think. It's not just as, oh, black people are negative, so we like negative things. Maybe a little bit of that, but it's a lot deeper. Hopefully, I can shed some light on it. Okay, bro. See, I got your man Nat Love here, right? See, he was a cowboy, you feel me, in that wild, wild west. You feel me? They was the gangsters of that day. And, he was born into slavery, right? But he was a G from the beginning because he learned how to read and write, you feel me? And back then, that was illegal. Something could happen to you if they found out you could read and write as a black man. But eventually slavery ended when he was like 11 and 12, and he stayed and worked with his father. But unfortunately, his father passed away when he was like 16, and at that point, that's when he hit them streets, you feel me? He left Tennessee and went to the Wild Wild West, got his hands dirty, you feel me? He worked as a cowboy, making some legit money, but you know how that goes. Well, you were living that cowboy life, a lot of bar fights, a lot of shootouts, and one time he even got caught by the Indians, you feel me? Got shot down. Yeah, he got hit up 14 times. But the Indians took a liking to him, you feel me? They healed him back up. He actually married one of the Indian women, you feel me? But Nat, he was a cowboy, you feel me? He stole one of the horses, got out of there, and lived a cowboy life a little bit longer. But eventually he settled down, you know what I'm saying? He became just a normal guy. But what makes his story so special is he's one of the few cowboys, black and white, that actually got to write down the story, you feel me? Okay, see, next, I got your girl, Hannah Elias. And see, she was one of the richest black women in the world at her time. I mean, she got it out the mud. She was an ex-worker. I mean, she was busting down them Johns, you feel me? She was getting them for everything they were worth. But the black community always loved Hannah because, see, at that time, Harlem, the famous Harlem, was a white neighborhood, right? And Hannah, she having that bread from busting down them Johns, she was buying real estate in Harlem, and she was kicking out the white tenants and bringing black people in, you feel me? So Hannah was a G about it, you feel me? They tried to take her name through the mud and all that. Yo, man, I don't care what she did. She showed love to her community, we gonna respect that. Okay, see, next up, bruh, I got you guys, the Jones Brothers out of Chicago, right? See, in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, it was all about trapping, and then in 2010s, it was all about scamming, right? See, back then in the 30s and 40s, it was about that number running, you feel me? And the Jones Brothers, they was at the top of the pyramid, you feel me? These dudes making the equivalent to 25 million a year back then, bruh. And they had a hit on their team, Teddy Rowe. There was nothing to be played with, bruh. But in the black community, they called him Robin Hood because he used to take care of the community. And so did the Jones brothers. See, back then, the hospitals and everything was segregated. So the black community hospitals, they were underfunded. But the Jones brothers in Chicago, they were taking care of the community. They was funding them hospitals and them businesses, right? Now, the Jones brothers were getting so much money, the mob was like, hey, we need in. Jones brothers like, hell no, y'all ain't getting none of this money, right? Mob kidnapped one of the brothers, you feel me? Teddy Rowe had to go get him, paid that ransom, right? The Jones brothers like, damn, they got the police on their side, they got the government on their side. We outgunned, bro. We gotta leave here, you right? Teddy Rowe? Teddy Rowe was like, man, I'm going to war with the mob. And Teddy Rowe did something that everybody's scared to do. White people, Italians, everybody was scared to do, bro. He hit up a made man, bro. Laid him out, bro. Teddy Rowe was... A lot of men don't got hard like that, you feel me? But the community loved them because they gave back, you feel me? I mean, just hear what it is. See, bro, I ain't got to tell you too much about your man, Bumpy Johnson. You already know. He was one of them ones, you feel me? Godfather of Harlem. He was not no man to be played with, you feel me? Like, he gave the game to Frank Lucas, you feel me? Like, Bumpy was not to be played with. But, about Bumpy, he always gave back to the black community, though, with the turkey drives and all that, you feel me? People loved it, Bumpy. But Bumpy was not to be played with. But see, Bumpy was so strong in the streets back then. Even when Malcolm was going out, Malcolm might have needed a little protection, Bumpy was seeing protection from Malcolm, even though Malcolm didn't really want it back then, because Malcolm, Malcolm was a street dude himself, but Malcolm wasn't involved in the streets no more at that point. But Bumpy still respected Malcolm's game, you feel me? But, Malcolm didn't want that help, and a lot of people feel like if Malcolm would have had that help from Bumpy, you feel me, it might have been a different story. But yeah, Bumpy was one of the ones in the community respecting him, because Bumpy gave back. Okay, now hold on. Let me stop you before you even go there. I know Bloods and Crips and a lot of these gangs, they done lost their way. They ain't what they used to be, right? But let's keep it real. Their original intention was to do the right thing, you feel me? I mean, they was formed, the gangs of now, they was formed to protect the community. You had a lot of people that was moving out of the South to the West, you feel me, in places like South Central and Compton. And back then, the black people didn't really know them neighborhoods like that. So a lot of kids was getting, targeted. A lot of kids were getting kidnapped. A lot of stuff was going down, you feel me? So, you feel me, the black dudes of the day, they had to, band up, you feel me? They had to, hey, man, ain't nobody finna come to this neighborhood and take these kids. They not finna do nothing messed up to us. They not finna set our houses on fire. So the Bloods and the Crips is, they had a good reason. Now they done fell far away from that. But even nowadays, every once in a while, you see an example of them trying to do the right thing. So I ain't saying they right or they wrong. I'm just saying the original intention for the Bloods and the Crips was a righteous reason. So no, I'm not saying the street life is the only part of the black community, and that's what the black community is about. But we would be foolish as the black community to try to belittle the street community now or act like we too good for them or we morally superior to them and stuff like that. Nah, because you can have a dude that work a 9 to 5 and make an honest living that beat on his woman, you feel me, steal from his friends, and he just a messed up dude, you feel me? So a messed up dude can come in any variation, you feel me? So I'm just saying, bruh, yes, street culture, whether you like it for better or for worse, is a part of the black culture. I'm not saying it's all of black culture, but it is a part of that. And to try to shame that and shun that, nah, that ain't real. And we got to be realer than that. I'm just saying.